Hello everybody, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Legends. Today we are playing a Guildsworn deck based around the sort of self-damage, wounded archetype. I'm certainly not the first person to come up with the idea of hitting your own creatures. In fact, some of them are literally designed around it. Although typically you see it in either Crusader or Warrior is usually where this is played, but the reason I chose Guildsworn is because of the Seething Flesh Golem. If we can buff up the power of this, it's going to be very effective at wiping lanes. As you'll notice, there's not many other blue cards in here. That is the primary reason we're doing this in Guildsworn rather than Crusader or Warrior, or even Redoran would probably be a more typical pick than this. But we'll just quickly go over what's in here. Of course, if you're not interested in the deck description, there are timestamps down below. You can skip to jump straight into the games. While you're down there, if you do like what you see, please do consider liking, subscribing, commenting, etc. And without out of the way, we'll get into the deck description. So first up, we've got the Ghostgate Defender. 1/3 for 1 with Guard and Exalt 3, deal 2 damage to a creature. This is a bit of a strange choice. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I like it or not. You can use the Exalt to damage one of your own creatures to give them a bit more power using your sort of wounded synergies. It's not bad on turn 1 as a 1/3 Guard either. Rapid Shot, deal 1 damage to a creature if it survives, draw a card. We can of course use this on our opponent's creatures or our own creatures to buff up their power, and either way, drawing a card is a nice bonus as well. Sharpshooter, Scout, Prophecy, Summon, deal 1 damage. Same thing as the Rapid Shot, and you'll see this for a few other cards in here. The 1 damage can be used on our own stuff or our opponent's stuff. Fighter's Guildhall, this is what the deck is this is the engine of the deck, so to speak. When a friendly creature takes damage on your turn, give it +2/+0. So that's where the benefit of these stuff and a bunch of other cards can come in for dealing damage to our own creatures, and that's why you play this sort of deck, is primarily Fighter's Guildhall. Flaming Breath is a 2-cost Prophecy, deal 1 damage to everything. Gonna start to sound like a broken record. Deals damage to our stuff, hits our opponent's stuff, good times all round. Guildsworn Apprentice, 1/2 for 2. Prophecy and Guard, summon, draw a card. But the draw, the guard, the prophecy, everything about this is good. It's in the Guildsworn colours. Yeah, no complaints really. Raging Hawker. When Raging Hawker takes damage, it gains +1/+1. The nice thing about this is if it gets hit with any of our 1 damage stuff, it will maintain its health total because it also gets a +1 to its defense. So that's another card that benefits. You know, you don't need the Fighter's Guildhall down for this to start getting good, but it certainly helps. Ravenous Crocodile, 3/4 for 2, summon, you must deal 2 damage to a friendly creature. This can either deal damage to itself and just be a 3/2 for 2 body, which is fine, or, of course, we can use that damage on one of our own creatures to buff up its power. Blood-Crazed Dagoth, draw a card if there is a wounded creature in this lane. There's almost always going to be a wounded creature around if we're playing our deck properly, so this is a pretty good draw engine. Fearless Northlander, Breakthrough. When Fearless Northlander takes damage, he gains +2/+0. So, like the Raging Hawker, this does not need the Fighter's Guildhall to start getting pretty powerful by itself, although, again, it certainly helps. Mage's Trick, deal 1 damage, gain 1 health, and draw a card. Pretty self-explanatory. This can either go at our creatures or our opponents. Mehrunes Dagon's Flayer. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to another friendly creature and give it +2/+0. So this is kind of a pseudo Fighter's Guildhall. If you haven't found your support yet, this can help start getting your creatures a bit bigger. Ruin Archaeologist, Treasure Hunt support, draw a card. We are running 2 treasure maps, so we can slap those on the Ruin Archaeologist to get our Fighter's Guildhalls. And it's also got a very good health total, so if we do have a Fighter's Guildhall in play, dealing damage to this, you know, it will survive for a decent while. Skaven Pyromancer, summon, deal 1 damage to all other creatures in this lane. Again, this is good against our opponent's stuff and for our own stuff. Treasure map, we're just running 2. It's mainly here for the Ruin Archaeologist. I mean, getting the stats buff can be helpful, same with the draw a card, but it's primarily here to trigger the treasure hunt. Additional Yell Archer, guard, summon, deal 1 damage or destroy an enemy support. This is primarily here for support removal, although it can also be used to put a little bit of damage wherever you need it. Guildsworn Incendiary, expertise, deal 1 damage to all creatures in this lane. We have a decent number of actions, items, and supports in the deck, so this should trigger semi-regularly. We're not really an expertise deck, but we can still get a bit of a buff from that. So, and the same with the Ruin Archaeologist, it's got a very good health total, so if the Fighter's Guild Hall is in play, this should survive pretty effectively. Hive Defender, 3/6 for 4 with a guard. This is just a great 4-cost guard creature. The high health total is again good for multiple reasons. This lovely alternate art looks great, and it's just a super solid card. Marauder Chieftain. Summon, give a creature +1/+0. When another friendly creature gains power, Marauder Chieftain also gains that much power. The +1/+0 is nice, but we're primarily here for the secondary effect, which is when another friendly creature gains power. Between our Fighters Guild Halls, Fearless Northlanders, Raging Hawkers, Dagon's Flayers, there are lots of ways that other creatures can gain power, and you can use this pretty effectively to, in some cases, kill your opponent with maybe 2 creatures. Rainer's Dagon Seducer, Breakthrough and Drain, again has a good health total, so it can survive, taking a bit of punishment from some of our ping effects. The Drain is really nice if our health total starts getting low, and the Breakthrough can be really helpful as well. Reeve, 3/5 for 4. When Reeve attacks, deal 2 damage to your opponent, then increase the damage dealt by 2. Reeve's not really necessary. I wanted to chuck a couple of uniques in just for fun. And he's got a pretty good health total, again, as we've discussed. That means he can take a bit of punishment. And he's good for just hitting your opponent in the face for a bunch. Dagoth Mystic, pilfer, draw random support from your deck. Again, just another way to grab our supports out. They are quite important. I do not have any copies of Worldly Wanderer, which is absolutely the card you would use instead of probably either of these. Swap both of these out for just those. But alas, I do not have any. They are legendary and they are non-unique, so you'd need 3 of them. So we're sticking with the Dagoth for now, which works well enough. Gristlehide Dreg. The return of dregs, unfortunately. When Gristlehide Dreg takes damage and survives, draw a card. Of course, this works great in our deck. There, between the Guildsworn and the Skaven and the Flayer, Flaming Breath, there's lots of ways where a bunch of our creatures are going to be taking damage, including the Gristlehide. Piercing Javelin, Prophecy, destroy a creature. This is mainly just here for consistency. Just some good, solid removal. Good way to get rid of any guard creatures that are in the way of us hitting our opponent as well. Syl, Duchess of Dementia. Summon this lane becomes Dementia, which means that at the start of each player's turn, if they have the creature with the highest power in this lane, deal 3 damage to their opponent. Syl's obviously got a fairly high power level herself, can get higher with all of our other things that are doing that, and obviously a lot of our other creatures in general can get to pretty high power levels. The Seething Flesh Golem. So this is why this is in Guildsworn. When Seething Flesh Golem attacks, deal damage equal to its power to all enemy creatures in this lane. With some Fighters Guild Halls and some Rainer's Dagon Flayers triggering on this, you can end up killing almost everything that your opponent can play in a lane, which is really nice. Obviously the better version of this is Staff of Sparks on a lethal creature, but this is pretty effective as well, and it's not a card that I get to play with much personally. I don't know if I've ever put this card in a deck, except maybe a Singleton. So it's fun, it's just a nice inclusion, and differentiates this deck a bit from other wounded decks. Maulumnir, summon and slay, battle an enemy creature with less power Summon and slay, battle an enemy creature with less power than Maulumnir's health. If we have a Fighter's Guild Hall on the board, Maulumnir can get quite large, which is great for us. That's the primary benefit. Of course, he's not bad removal either, and just a solid 9-drop card. Manticora, guard, summon, destroy an enemy creature in this lane, kind of the same as Piercing Javelin, just here for a little bit of consistency, some removal, and blocking up a lane a little bit from our opponent if they're being particularly aggressive. Vanis Galerian, expertise, deal 3 damage, you gain 3 health and draw 3 cards. This deck is primarily aggressive. That's kind of the strategy you're wanting to go for. It can turn into sort of a board control thing if it needs to. In which case we have Vanis Galerian to hopefully push us over the edge and towards winning if that's sort of the way the game ends up going. He's not a necessary conclusion. I just wanted something at the top end. And as I said, we do have a fair few things that can trigger expertise. There certainly isn't an expertise deck, but it's not impossible. And especially with something like Rapid Shot, we can trigger him on the turn he's played as well, which is nice. But yeah, apart from that, that about wraps it up. There are certainly changes that you could make to this list. This is not necessarily a definitive version. But I have a lot of fun with it. I think it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of different things with it. And Guildsworn's not a class I play particularly, so it's nice to have some time with it. The games you will be watching, some of them will be from a live stream, and some of them will be from just my own offline recording sessions. If you are interested in catching me when I go live, the link to that will be appearing magically on your screen right now, as well as being down in the description. I stream a couple of times a week, fairly regularly, and you can get notified when I go live over there as well. And without any further ado, I shall stop my talking and let you get on to watching some games. We're up against MW, the founder. They are on a House Dagoth deck. 75 cards. Yeah, I've also somehow ended up playing Dreg again. Yeah. Yep, they're yeah, so there's five of the 3 attribute classes are named after Morrowind houses, and then the other 5 classes are named after ESO factions. So I'm on the Guildsworn, which is from ESO, and obviously House Dagoth is Morrowind. I don't want to play any of this, so I'm not going to.
Care to make a friendly wager?
Corner Club Gambler kind of sucks to see, because I don't have a good answer for it. So we're just going to hit them for a bit of damage, gain some health, draw a card. I don't know why I can't get into ESO, it's right up my alley too. I've played it a bit. MMOs are not my thing at all as the main thing. So I've done the main quest. With like the Prophet and Molag Bal and stuff. And that's about it. I'm not, you know. Obviously it's not too bad in terms of like pay to win and etc. But I'm certainly not interested in spending money on it. Regardless. Tragic, I like the lore in it, but I can't with the MMOs. Yeah, same here. Like, it's got all the cool characters, and I would love to be able to interact with Sothasil in a game. Other than, I mean, you interact with him in Legends, but that's a bit different.
Your blood will spill.
That's really good for us. So we had a Prophecy Javelin there, because they broke our rune.
Here you've been looking for me.
Prankster Mage is interesting. Okay. We're going to play our Marauder Chieftain. Buff us up, and then play a Flaming Breath, which will deal damage to everything. And then we're going to hit them for a bit. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming for. I've got stuff to do today at some point, but yes, I love to watch the conversations with Sol and others upload it. Personally, I haven't played the game, but still is fascinating and damn sexy. Yeah, Sothasil is an incredibly cool character. Not wrong. Yeah, I was hanging out at a Dagoth stream a while ago. It was just, I think I was the only person watching, and he was talking about Manamako and ESO, and he was like, yeah, I get a bunch of comments of people like thirst trapping over him. I don't know why. It's like, yeah, no, that's completely justified on those people's parts. Manamako and ESO is certainly not bad to look at. I mean, we can javelin the head Dagoth.
This might be handy.
I mean, just look at him. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I came into a good conversation. Aeolus, hello, hello. Yeah. I just need to lock in for 1 second. Looking at it almost makes me bet for the other team. I don't think anyone could argue with you about that. But then in Oblivion he looks like a potato, so, you know. Alice, do you still make Legends content? It's fine, Oblivion Manamako isn't real. Even the stupidest thing is Daggerfall Manamako looks better, and Daggerfall... I mean, like, Daggerfall's alright, the art style is not bad, but... You know, it's basically a pixel game. And that Manamako looks better than the 2006 game. Yeah, we're probably screwed here, eh? I can Hive Defender, which will soak up some of the damage from this. And I guess Dushnik to clear off this. No, I stopped right before I had my daughter and haven't found the time to come back. She's 4, so I'm guessing that ship is south. Ah, fair enough.
I'll send them all to oblivion. Careful there, friend.
For those of you in the chat who have not played Legends before, being at 8 health is not good news, by the way.
Everything was taken from me. Today, I pay in kind.
So we've got lots of cool pieces, but they're going to kill us before we can do anything fun. That rune could change everything. I haven't put much focus on prophecies in this deck, to be honest. It is just kind of a... Well, yeah. I don't know what this deck is. Made it at like 2 AM.
Out of my
because I had a vision. They don't know that. That's true. That's true.
Face me, you dog. There's nowhere they can hide.
That rune can draw anything. It could even be another rune. Actually, though, that's one of the things it couldn't draw. But it doesn't matter because we lost. That's alright. You'll see them. I've got a few guard creatures in this deck. So those ones get in the way of them attacking me, but normal creatures do not. That's a very good opening hand, actually. I will ditch the Reeve, though. I'll wait for now. By the way, my opponent is on the Old Merry Dominion. 75 cards. Very nice. Unless they play the best card of all time, Bushwhack. I had in the back of my head Blood Dragon while I was saying that. I forgot that Bushwhack exists. Yeah, Blood Dragon does ignore guards. I did not need to break my rune. I guess I'm playing Hive Defender now. So yeah, Hive Defender is a guard. So this can't hit my face. Big guard. Yeah, Hive Defender's great.
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a
power is
contest.
And this alt art is so good. Let's do this. This is now going to get a buff from our support. So you've got to guard both sides in. Correct. Yeah, so I don't play a lot of CCGs, but from my understanding the lanes system is fairly unique to Legends, or at least was when it came out. And yes, you need... So if this wasn't shackled, which is what these little chains are doing, this could attack me despite having a guard over here. Did that card just have the drunk dude voice from Skyrim? Yes, that was... They played A Night to Remember, which, looking at the art, that is Sanguine from Skyrim. So that's an action that basically blinks their card into the other lane, and its summon effect triggers again. And yeah, Night to Remember is... I believe that's the name of the quest. I'll drink to that. I will have a water to that, because it's... it's 1:45 in the afternoon. It's not too bad, but... I need to drive later, so... And they are taking their time on their turn. Oh. Just as I say it, corner club. I will piercing javelin. It's 5 PM somewhere. Throw. We'll deal our damage here. I'm going to destroy this. And we're going to go with our hitting our opponent in the face plan. Shite, it is nearly 2. Yeah. You're a Kiwi as well, aren't you, ALs? You mentioned something about that on the Discord. I don't see many...
Power is not to be underestimated.
I can't think of any Kiwi Elder Scrolls creators. I know quite a few Australians. But I can't think of any Kiwis off the top of my head. Discarding Manticore feels wild to me. I think they've realised this game probably isn't going to last long enough for Manticore to Metral. Occasional day drinking is natural for a parent. Steve Wrigley used to stream this. Huh. The more you know. Yeah. By the way, where the fuck did this come from? Are they using this as just a removal? Okay. Good game, Jason. I don't know what that was. And he's sleeping on my bed at the moment. We're up against K-Pat, the Persistent. They're on a 75 card Guildsworn deck. There's our Flesh Golem. I don't want him right now though. Depending on the cat, that's work. He smells pretty bad. That's the main downside.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
I'm still not certain that they're not playing Invade, but we will find out. My cat patrols the neighborhood and just walks into people's houses.
Read my lips. Mouth
Yeah, my cat's an inside boy, so he doesn't do much patrolling. My son and daughter are dogs and smell good once a week before they get roll in mud. Yeah, I had dogs growing up. I'd love to own a dog, but it is not feasible for me at the moment. Were you always using the Mythic Dawn card back, or did you change it to a side field with Guildsworn? To be perfectly honest with you, while Daryloth was streaming, I was trying to catch him in a game whilst playing Guildsworn with this, because I know that always pisses him off. No, normally I run the Duke of Mania as my title, because that seems fitting. That's wild, so I think this is actual Guildsworn, and like expertise. This is Unite. Did I say something about Unite? Oh, them. Oh shit, maybe. Oh, it is. Almost definitely, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we need to get on with killing them. So for those of us who have not played Legends, there are 2 alternate win conditions.
Entertain me.
And as Alexis has just pointed out, they're almost certainly playing one of them. Which is bad news for us. So we need to get on with killing our opponent. Kids count as animals, sometimes I have 3 of them, a German Shepherd, 1 cat, and like 8 chickens. Yeah, 100% unite the houses. So what our opponent is trying to do is get one of all 5 different coloured attributes on the board.
This one will tear them to shreds.
And then they have an action, probably in their hand, that then allows them to win the game. By default, you can have at most 3 attributes in your deck. That's going to get rid of our guild hall, which is upsetting.
Die!
Can you pick the design on the back of the cards? Yes. So I'm currently using this Mythic Dawn card back. They're using just the default one, which has some Daedric text around it, which I forget what it says. But yes, you can choose your card backs and your titles, which you learn from doing certain things. This combination of attribute, title, and card back is known for being a particularly obnoxious like gameplay strategy, which is sometimes funny to just run for the hell of it.
My bow is ready.
Badass, I noticed that Daryl had like the Eye of Rafa has. Yes, that is what you get for hitting the top rank by the end of the month. That is the card back I was running before I changed it to this to be funny. As far as how the game's going, it's going okay. They could just pull a win out of us just with cards in their hand, which is upsetting. Okay. Okay, that seems fine. Venice Galarian is
I am the shield of
certainly
my clan.
interesting to see.
Hold still. I'll send them all to oblivion.
Yeah. More unsummon effects. Very cool.
Another volley.
I am the shield of my clan.
I'm gonna break a ring charge to deal damage to this. Buff up
I'll send
its
them
power.
all to oblivion.
Can they do it from hand? Hope they don't rage. Ugh. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you run rage in the Unite deck though? That seems a little overkill. I mean, maybe. How much damage did that deal? 2, 5. Okay. Great. Because they're wanting to get every attribute on the board, I am trying not to let them have any creatures on the board. I play around almost everything to scale. There we go. Conceded. Good game, man. Sorry I ruined your U9. Was this someone we just played? Jason for Soul? Can anyone remember? They are on the Immortal. They're on Scout. I don't know what they were on before. I'll keep Dagon's Seducer. Sweet.
We'll have to settle this.
For some reasons, cats have to be the center of every person's world, even if they have nothing to do with that person. Absolutely. Oh. Sorry. Meant to skip my turn. Okay. This is looking good so far. So there are only specific cards in the game which can remove the supports. Unfortunately, the class they're playing has access to a lot of those cards. Jason for Soul was the game for last. I thought so. That's pretty
My
cool.
arrow shall fly true.
We do not want them to have Astrid alive. Although I don't think she's that good of a card, she can definitely spiral out of control. Okay, so this is Slay Scout. Which is certainly interesting.
Hold still.
If they're running Naryu,
Praise to
that's
our
going to be
unholy
annoying.
matron.
Lucian's we don't really need these at the moment.
Prepare yourself.
Lethal creatures are bad for us because they can kill our creatures instantly instead of taking damage. Oh,
Greetings.
I have legal
I just got a
sanction to
follower.
end your life.
Oh, Aeolus. Thanks, Aeolus. I appreciate it.
Your reckoning is at
I need to turn down how loud Parthenax is in my ear.
A taste of Lord Death.
Sorry, I didn't know that would be so loud. That's completely fine. I need to turn it down, to be honest. Yeah, I'll do this.
They will perish in flames.
God, that made me think they were somehow Parthenax looping. I mean, it's turn 9. They could be reanimating somehow. Okay.
Scales.
This is a terrible matchup for
To
us.
your death.
I had not considered how bad Slay is against what I'm trying to do.
Blood and fire.
I don't want to give them more cards. They're probably going to get more off this. So I guess we just drop those down.
Prepare yourself.
I've hated the lethal mechanic in every card game. It's not too bad in this game. Like, there are a lot. Like, if I was talking about the most annoying mechanics in this game, lethal would be quite low down the list. Yeah, they're going to get more Magicka from this guy. Yeah, we're definitely in trouble.
We're on the cusp of a major discovery.
Hail to Thirteenth.
They're going to draw a bunch of cards. I was mad about lethal in like 2017. Many worse things have come since then. Drain when I'm hitting face and running no removal. Necromancer's Amulet could be incredibly annoying. Now that it's decided to show up. I guess I do this. That's gonna at least kill this.
There's no prize for second place.
I think we get the lethal creature off the board. Yeah, there are lots of things in this game that are more problematic than lethal. You've got stuff like ward to like block it. You've got silence effects to take it off. You've got removal to just get it off the board. I think that was the wrong target. Unless you can take out my drag. Okay. If they can't remove Venice Galarian, he could be really good. I think I need to Manticore. I want to play this guy because that's why this deck exists, but I need to deal with the Blood Magic Lord because that's very bad for now.
I have legal sanction to end your life.
Yeah, this guy's probably our best chance of getting back in this at the moment. Of course, they got raised dead. And another lethal creature. What is a good starter deck for someone who has no idea as to what they're doing? The common recommendation is something in red and blue, is what you'll hear almost everyone tell you. Go for red and blue, go for creatures that deal a good amount of damage. You can do it for super cheap, you don't need lots of like super fancy cards.
My bow is ready.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. Okay, good. Doki, thank you. There's a Elder Scrolls Legends Reddit and dedicated Discord.
Khajiit will find a way in.
Which can also help you out with, you know, they're always got lots of stuff to help out beginners. That's how I know who Alice is because she's also in the Legends Discord. Yeah, none of the websites work anymore. There used to be websites that had like deck lists on them, and I don't think any of them work. Eventually I'd love to make like a Necromancer based decks. Those are pretty popular. I'm not gonna argue with you there. Solitaire. Yep.
You underestimate this one.
So remember those prophecies we were talking about earlier?
Wrong place for a
We're
midnight
gonna need a
stroll.
lot of them. Just don't play Parthenix.
I will
Don't play
not fall.
Parthenix and you're not doing too bad. Or Invade, or Call Dragon, or a New Era, or Alien Guardians.
Hail to Sivis.
To be fair, some of those are more.
Wasn't looking for trouble.
Some of those are things lots of people agree with, some of those are very much opinionated. No, that was all objective facts. Yeah, I just, you know, some people. Anyway, we are gonna
I am the shield
end
of my
this.
clan.
They will perish in flame.
Ping on this. I should have hit face, but I'm bad at this game, so you know.
Let me kill for you.
There are so many ways to be a dick in this game. Yeah.
The night is mine.
I smell the stench
Such as
of
not
the
killing
living.
your opponent when you have lethal damage on the board. That's a particularly egregious one.
The battle
Relatable.
is yours.
I can see that. Excited to try Legends when I get a chance. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. Have you tried Wildlander? I have no idea what Wildlander is. Is it a CCG? Because as far as like these sorts of card games go, I've played this and I've played like half a dozen games of Magic, and that's it. Models for Skyrim. City Toka, howdy, looks like you've got your chatters. Yes, I pinched them from Daroth. No, I have not. What's the gist of Wildlander? I find the artwork on these cards a good way to draw someone into the game. It makes me worth the official cards. Yes, the artwork for this game is gorgeous. I mean, this is going to make it sound like the gameplay's not that fun, but it is probably the best part of this game, is the artwork. Yeah, I've never really played mod lists specifically for Skyrim. I've more just like picked and chosen what mods I want to run, if that makes sense. Plays like a mesh of Morrowind in Skyrim. Oh, dope. That sounds mean. I love Morrowind. It's literally older than I am, but I I do still really like it. That was really bad for us, actually. Although I don't know why they're running that when the colours they're running have very good access to better silence effects. So I'm just going to reply to a message very quickly.
I strike like the Morad tongue, swiftly and silently.
This feels
They will perish in flames.
Don't forget about sea.
They got the Grey Fox? Thank God I have nothing on my discard pile. We'll do this. We'll do this. Uh-oh, Spymaster Gamer. I am also a Spymaster Gamer. Like, whenever I have 1200 soul gems, I grab a unique legendary. I keep not getting the Grey Fox for some reason. I don't know why, because that is a really good card. And I've probably gotten worse uniques than Dagoth. Not Dagoth, the Grey Fox. God, I'm... Only downside is when you come to the realization that you're not clearing Bleak Falls Barrow until level 15, but more likely 25. To be fair, I don't usually bother with Bleak Falls Barrow until, like, at least level 12. Technically, this is Dagoth because it is the Grey Fox, but, you know, having an identity crisis. Don't tell him, it'll inflate his ego.
I do hope
Make
that
us just a
troubles
nursing
night
boy.
is around.
See you, mate.
I got a friend of mine into playing Skyrim very recently.
You have met your end.
I don't know, probably played like 6 to 8 hours, and they still have not talked to Jarl Balgruuf, which I'm actually quite proud of.
We must protect our stronghold.
This legends what establishes Lord Narafin. No, what is Lord Narafin from? There are a few characters that are like come from legends, but
You've messed with the wrong man.
Lord Narafin. That name is very familiar, but I honestly could not tell you what his deal is off the top of my head.
Be gone or forfeit your lives.
Our opponent might be playing Singleton, which is where you can only have, excuse me, like one of each card in your deck.
We'll have
He is
to
from
settle
Legends.
this
What's
the
he from?
hard way. We must hold the gate.
Oh, that guy. He's not a card. There might be a card that references him, but I don't believe he's a card.
Can you please help me?
He's in one of the storylines. Is it the expansion or is it the Forgotten Hero?
Choice.
I thought it was the, like, main villain of Forgotten Hero. I might be wrong. Apparently I know less about this game than I thought. I 100% targeted the wrong creature there, by the way.
I will not fall.
Oh, I don't know, it's been so long since I've done the campaigns. I'm forgetting stuff from the campaigns, and I did them not very long ago. Yeah, he's the guy who looks a bit like Lucius Malfoy. I learned of him after watching Imperial Knowledge and his episode on the Great War. True, yes. Yeah, it'll be Forgotten Hero then, if it's Great War stuff. Which is the story that, like, comes with the game for free. Well, technically everything in the game is free, but you get it from the word go. Fingers of the Mountain was the action they played there, which for you Oblivion enjoyers
I'll learn this spell.
should be pretty familiar.
Just rest now.
You leave me no choice.
Wouldn't be a Thin White Duke stream without my neighbours making noise on the roof. Yes, a lot of the High Elves do look like that. How much trouble am I in? Quite a bit. This might be a mistake. I'm saying that now, so if it goes badly, I was right. How many cards is my opponent
You
on?
leave me no choice.
11? I don't know, too many for 2 colours. High Elves are ugly as hell, don't tell Daryl. I think I'm racist. True. Yeah, they haven't really nailed the High Elf deck in any of the games. Like, you can tell what they're trying to do with the High Elves, but I don't think it's worked once.
I'll take the vanguard.
Like, maybe... No, I guess so. They look like they're made of plastic. I don't know, maybe this game does it best. Their butts look good in their Thelmore robes. Top 10 sentences I did not expect to be reading today. So once again, being at 3 health is not a good thing. They haven't had their game yet, so I don't understand them. Busted have no filter for my fangirls, so that's alright. Yeah, Piles, it's tricky because the writers make it really hard to sympathise with them. That's not good for us, by the way. Why would you do that? I guess you're gonna steal something else. Or do that. Eesh. None of these are gonna keep me alive.
Die, scum!
So, if I wasn't at 3 health, I would probably do something
Prepare yourself. I am the shield of my clan.
like this.
Bleed for me.
But yeah, we are probably quite dead. Alright, let's make them a certain way as fans. It is up to us to try and dig deeper into. Generic bad guy is never good writing. We're up against Billy Venor, Jack of Trades. They are on House Telvanni. Wonderful. Like, imagine liking the Dunmer without Morrowind. They'd just come across as like depressed high elves. That's a very good point, to be fair. Because people love Morrowind and the Dunmer, and I think like rightfully so. My love for Dark Elves comes almost entirely from playing Nations. That's completely fair. But yes, Morrowind has some of the best writing in the game. In the series, rather, not the game. It's weird though that they portray them as bad guys now, right? I also don't agree. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's potential for them to be really interesting. They just are not doing anything with them at the moment. 79 card Telvanni deck for anyone keeping count.
Fire!
Got a lot of good late game stuff here, not much helpful in the early game though.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
Card caps? What do you mean? At least it's not 100, yeah. Oh, do you mean like limit on how many cards you can put? It's 100 no matter what your class is the absolute maximum. Yeah, 100's the maximum for 1 and 2 attribute. So like if they were just playing green and purple, the minimum is 50. Or if they were just playing purple, the minimum is still 50. If they're playing 3, the minimum is 75. I always do the minimum. I mean, I think if you're doing more than like 5 over minimum,
Holding on to anything
like your
interesting?
deck is probably not very focused. I could probably make a 100 card all premium singleton deck at this point. Well, yes, City Toko, we know. Well, no, some of the people here probably don't, but thank you for the flex anyway.
None of them can be
I'll
trusted.
send them all.
Do you hear me?
I do want to do an all-unique deck at some point, because I think that seems like a lot of fun. You can't do a 100 card all-unique. There are simply not enough uniques. I don't even know if you can do 75. You can definitely do 50.
We'll have to settle this the hard way. We must hold the gate.
Do this. We will hit them.
We're on the
They're
cusp of a
Telvanni,
major
they're going to be drawing a
discovery.
lot of cards. These colours. Well, yeah. This combination of colours is good for drawing lots of cards.
I will devour your soul.
All I'm doing can eat pretty much everything. No, just everything. That's cool. Well, what do I want to do here? Again, given their deck, I don't think they're going to hit me in the face with this. Realistically. Because I could destroy it. No, that's the responsible thing to do. This is good to see though.
The hist revives.
We can actually kill this thing pretty easily.
This should help.
Losing that is really bad for us, because that's what our entire deck is built around.
I am the shield of my clan.
Yeah, not good. They're doing a very good job of denying damage from dementia. Yeah, they are. I'm well aware of that. That's why I javelined more on there. Yes, so one of the cards I played earlier was... she got mummified. Was the Duchess of Dementia, who turns this lane into the Dementia lane. At the start of each player's turn, if they have the creature with the highest power in this lane, deal 3 damage to their opponent. Currently, I don't have any creatures in that lane. So, by default, they are going to be dealing damage consistently to me. You can use Dementia as a draw point engine at this point, though. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm not particularly worried about it because they're not going to be that interested in hitting me. I never actually see anyone run Cell. It's always that. And I have Cell outside of just this deck. I have her in like an Archer aggro deck I use for laddering if I'm in the mood for that. As just like, if you run out of shit in your hand, she's a good way to close out the last like 6 health that you can sometimes end up missing in aggro decks. Yeah, losing our support was really bad. Interesting that that's what they stole.
They will perish in flame. Their power will be Khajiit's.
But yes, Théoden is very cool and based. I love Syl, it destroys Telvanni, so I'll always be a fan. I got a bounce, it's fun to watch. Thank you for tolerating the absurd comments. No worries, Breezy, good to see you.
The Black Hand.
Have a good one. This is just Telvanni doing Telvanni things at this point. Okay, so you have a Discord there. Telvanni, yeah, okay. Oh, that's conscription. I did not see that coming. Mind you, I haven't been paying most attention. Why?
I smell the stench.
Why was that worth it? I don't know if I've ever seen Betray Conscription.
I'll scout ahead.
Telvanni moment? Question mark? Yeah, I've seen
They won't even see my blade.
these two things done separately. Never seen them done at the same time. How much damage does Flaming Breath do? It's not bad. A second one draws me a card, actually.
We'll have to settle this the hard way. We must hold the gate.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Meet your doom.
Just forget about C.
Sorry, this isn't particularly interesting. That's the nature of playing against this class, unfortunately.
Must I do everything myself?
That looked like an instant win card and it just did nothing. The conscription where it filled up the board. Yeah, it's... If you build a deck right, it can be really good. I've got a video on my YouTube channel of a conscription deck that's probably the best deck I've put out a video on, to be honest. But yeah, kind of depends how good it can be. Conscription being good, 2-cost creatures can only have so much impact. If they don't. Yeah, the thing is with Telvanni, they don't have very good ways to get creatures in their deck bigger either.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll. Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Compared to something like Mage, which is what I do my conscription deck in. Which has lots of good access to buff effects. They are shuffling through their deck with their camels. Yes, in Twilight. Is there in my support? Is the correct answer? Mage doesn't matter at this point. Well, maybe it does.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
I don't want them doing anything annoying with resummoning either of those creatures they had, or bumping them back into their hand.
I have many
The Fighters
important
Guild stands
things
ever
on
ready.
my
Oh, that's good to know. I'm so glad the Fighters Guild does indeed stand ever ready. Chat. We're up against Chuisen, the Miraculous. They're on mono intelligence. You don't see single colour or single attribute text very often. I guess I'll keep that. Am I still muted? No, shouldn't be. Nope, all good. Sweet. I couldn't tell when the second message came through.
Your destruction is at hand.
Brutal Asslander. I have no idea what that means in terms of what their deck could be. I've been wrecked by any mono deck I've come across recently. Let me think.
Die,
Mono
Outlander.
green is usually goblins, so that's usually pretty good. Mono red is aggressive,
Let's
so that's
shed
pretty
some
good.
light.
Mono yellow is either tokens or Dwemer. If it's yellow tokens can be okay. If it's yellow Dwemer, it's whatever.
The Fighters Guild stands
Purple,
ever ready.
I mean purple is an insanely powerful class regardless.
I have you.
They do fireball.
Die, Outlander.
My friend would like to say hello.
Oh no, is that Atronachs? Please be Singleton. It'd be cool and fun. And not forget Atronachs. They're on, I don't know, 50 something cards. One of purple elucidate on High Hrothgar of all those. Hell yeah. High Hrothgar is such a fun card. I really want an excuse. I really want to do a High Hrothgar video. But I did technically do it in my mono purple one. But that was a singleton deck, so it wasn't the same. I don't know. It's a fun support though.
I have you.
Okay, this is good.
I'll take the vanguard.
This can deal damage to this.
Let me return your blow with interest.
Bigger. Against mono blue, cells should be pretty good, unless they're all in on their Atronachs.
Puny blood.
The Conjuration Mage never stands alone.
So they're doing Atronachs. Ugh. Yuck.
Bleed for me.
We're on the cusp of a major discovery.
Worthless scaver.
Is Elfique blue as well? I'm pretty sure it is. And of course they fucking top decks it. Pain. Cell is not even good now. Ugh. Man. Okay.
We must protect our stronghold.
This guy summons copies of Atronach if he summon one while he's on the board. I promise we like this game. It's really fun. You guys should all play it. But sometimes...
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
Ooh.
Let's begin the lesson.
Interesting. If they have another one of these in hand, I may well concede. Just also really would love a balance page or two. That is all it needs. It's like 2. I should have javelined this guy. Just a couple of balance patches and that would be so good. I need to kill this. I need to kill this!
I am the shield of my past.
Unfortunately, leaving these 2 on the board means there's lots of ways they can be really annoying.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
There it is. Elfic Conjurer.
How can I serve?
Yeah, of course. There's nothing cute I can do here. Imagine running Mono Intelligence and not running Crystal Towercraft or Wismother. Wismother's another favourite card of mine.
Let's heat things up.
I'm going to kill this as a statement of frustration, and I'm going to play Cell as a statement of funny.
None of them can be trusted. Do you hear me?
I don't know if Cell's even... Well, no, Cell does make sense in this deck, because you can get some really high power creatures. And she's got a decent health total, so... Up against Slashy McStabby. Familiar username. I think they're also on Atronachs. If they're playing the same Tribunal Temple deck they were playing the last time I versed them. After what I said on Discord, figured I'd ignore my wife and drop by for a stream, finally. Good to see you, Dogs of Doubt. That's a new one. The deck is, yeah, Wounded Guildsworn.
Destined for greatness.
Trying to make use of the 3/8 Daedra that deals damage equal to its power across the lane when it attacks. That's why it's Guildsworn and the normal classes for wounded decks.
Careful there, friend.
Yeah.
Do not ignore Khajiit's warning.
Do not ignore your family to come watch my streams.
I'll lead the way.
Your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, we'll just do this over here. Yep. Blocks this up decently. There's a good chance they have removal for it, but sounds like an interesting deck. Hopefully we get to see it draw properly for you. Yeah, me too, man. hopefully my opponents stop being obnoxious.
I am too slick for
We've got these two coming up,
you. Face me, you
for whatever
dog.
that's worth.
I live for this.
There it is. Yeah, this is what the deck's built around. I can't kill this yet, which is rather upsetting. I think maybe just
I am the shield of my clan.
this
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
is the best thing to do right now. That has breakthrough, so it's going to get another pilfer. Pilfer means when they hit me, it gets a bonus, and this is a particularly... It can... This isn't that bad of a card, it just can spiral very quickly.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
Yeah. Only costs one more
I
than the
slay
blue
the
claw.
unworthy.
Matron, great balancing blue claw matron is OP. That's true, it's got the same stats as the blue claw as well.
You have been warned.
That's pretty good.
Fighter's will stands ever ready.
Yeah, Molamnia's gonna have to do some big work here. But hopefully we can just run them out of resources.
Die, Outlander.
Not really what I want to be doing as an aggressive deck, but it's what I have to be doing at the moment. Sure. So, what I want to play is Dushnik and Rapid Shot. Yeah.
No one bests me!
Or
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
this. Should have done that in the opposite order. I should have drawn a card first before playing everything, but that's okay. I promise this deck works. I was having a lot of fun with it last night, and now it's just been whiffing most of the time. Should have played your Dushnik over Mage's trick. Yeah, I probably should have.
The light of the three.
It was more the health gain that I was interested in
Should
from
have been more
the
worthy.
Mage's trick, more than anything. Yeah, let's just clean up over here.
Harrison flame.
That's fine.
No one bests me!
Kill this. Ping
We
this.
must protect our stronghold.
We don't have lots of life gain sources in the deck. So the cards
The
they draw
Tribunal
just
will
need to be
always
really
come
bad.
to the people's aid.
They can't
Behold
exalt
the
this. Oh, they can.
Tribunal.
That's a spring!
You are not worthy.
Well. Good game, Slashy McStabby. An opponent low on cards top decking unique legendary. Nobody has ever complained on Discord about something like this. Some of the messages frustrating, but yes. I don't want a prophecy. I'll keep one of those. We're up against Lord Robert of P, Purveyor of Prophecy, on a 62 card Mage deck.
Your destruction is at hand.
The moons give this one strength.
Is this just the exact same? Fucking, I don't want to deal with this. I know I'm missing the card draw. I don't want to have to look at another one of these again for like 2/3 of the game.
Honor and praise.
Okay. Something with actions. We can do those.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
Die, Outlander.
Law can take you.
Your destruction is at hand.
Any guesses to what's going on? I mean, they're running a lot of premiums. Maybe they're trying to get the Resplendent title.
Outlander.
That seems fine. Fireball. What's the bet? Okay.
Die, Outlander.
Honestly shocked that the last gasp didn't kill that guy.
Prepare yourself.
Die, Outlander, yeah. It would be nice if some cards had some, like... I know some do, but a bit more variety and, like, voice lines. You do get a bit sick of hearing the same thing over and over. That's good. Okay, we might be able to set up for a fairly successful game. We've got lots of... As long as they can't get rid of this...
Light on the problem.
Whoa! I have never seen this alternate art. Wild. Okay. Yeah, as long as they can't get rid of our support, we're in pretty good shape.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
For the north, I'll take the vanguard.
And I mean in Mage, unless they're running Dismantle or Drag, this should be sticking around. Okay.
I am the shield of my caste. I am the shield of my caste.
Die, scum!
I'll send them all to oblivion.
I don't feel like breaking a rune just yet. We can Skaven over here to put a stupid amount of damage on the board.
I'll send them all to oblivion.
First rune prophecy. God, I love it. Ah, that's fine. Okay.
Naught but a stretch.
Oh yeah. I'm so good at this game.
No one bests me!
I will return.
No one bests me!
Worthless schemer. Worthless.
I told you the deck works. We're up against Dabrody, the creator. They are on Scout. They are on a 50 card Scout deck. Yes, for anyone who's watching this and has not played this game before, do not fall into the temptation of playing Invade. It is both not really that good and also quite annoying. And not very well balanced.
I slay the unworthy. Should have been more worthy.
What are we going after?
That's a problem. This is just gonna die. But I want to get something out of that. Invade Brainrot has you playing Manco. Cameron was turn 4 no 5. We've seen some wild games of Invade, eh? This guy's a problem because he reduces the cost of stuff in their hand, which obviously we don't want. Dusk?
Think it's worth dying for?
Okay. Well, we can kill that now, which is nice.
They will perish in flame.
My arrows shall fly true.
Time to take the offensive.
Mentor of the Watch. Sure. Guess I'll just
I am the
establish
shield
this.
of my clan.
I'll kill you where you stand.
To battle!
That voice line is really grating to me. I couldn't tell you why, but it really bothers me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the accent or
For the north.
the way it's said.
You have
I
met your
Another
end.
volley.
do not enjoy it.
Need to get Mother some flowers.
Pretty flowers.
Sorcerer with guard is really interesting.
You have met your end.
The Fighter's Guild stands ever ready.
I don't think I need
There's
to
no prize for second place.
buy a javelin. Let's do that. Probably wasn't necessary to hit them there.
I'll scout ahead.
The waters of life.
My opponent is certainly making some choices. I mean, we'll do this.
Skaver.
Right. I may have just walked into like a leaf lurker or a finish off there. Okay, I'm off to bed. Work tomorrow. Good luck. Good to see you, City Tiger. Yeah, we'll just do this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something to this. Unfortunately. If they want to hit me,
I
that's
fight to my last breath.
fine with me. Could use the
Time
cards.
to take the offensive.
I'm sure I don't have any idea who took your coin purse.
Well, cereal is not around for long. We will
I am the shield of my clan.
do this.
Your life is fought in return your blow.
I had a prophecy, naturally. Oh, fine.
I'll send them all to oblivion.
We're doing a pretty good job of whittling them down. If they can't answer this... Ah! Single
Nicely done.
Sure. I must have an answer for this.
The reach is ours.
That is exactly the card I was just thinking of. We do this. Fuck. They had a prophecy! Please. Okay, that's fine. We do this. This gets a buff. Yeah, we kill them. Good game. That was close. Up against Mario 40, the pack leader. Mario is on a 100 card Telvanni deck. Oh yeah. It's been too long since I've seen one of these. By too long, I mean maybe 15 hours. Love to see it. Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to be back in 1 second. Yeah. Yay, Telvanni, yeah. Telvanni, indeed. I'm just going to do this. Excuse me. It's just coming into spring where I live, and I have terrible hay fever. So, looking forward to that.
Time to make more enemies.
I think I fought this person earlier. I think I fought this person before as well, to be honest. Oh my god. Gristleide. Sorry.
Must I do everything myself?
If this is Alter Telvanni, that's great. What do they do? They vipered. Okay. Would be very cool if they decided to pass their turn. Thank you. I can kill
We'll have to settle this.
Baron's Ire, so I'm just gonna do that. Would have rather saved this for when we had a bunch of stuff on the board that would benefit from it, but we are trying to kill our opponent at some point in the next 2 to 4 business days. Sure. I want to do these two next turn, so I think I will just do that.
Will not fall.
Telvanni, of course, known for quick turns.
A taste of Lord Dagon's power.
I'm gonna get what I wanted to do. We are just gonna deliver that.
We're on the cusp of a major discovery.
Even if it's not Altar, they're almost certainly running Necromancer's Amulet, which this will be good for.
I do not fear death.
Very heavy on the lethal. Yeah, there's the Altar. That was probably a mistake of them to
We must protect our stronghold.
not do anything with that, but you know, good for them. If they're running Piercing Twilight, they may have a problem. Really?
To oblivion!
Okay. Well, we can just draw a bunch of cards. It's pretty good.
The Fighter's Guild stands ever ready.
The Gristlehide Drag, of course, making a return from the infamous Dreg Tribal. Dreg Gaming, hell yeah.
I am the shield of my clan.
We're on the cusp of a major discovery.
And because this is Telvanni, I do just want to kill them ASAP, basically. Did I use a rapid shot there? I probably should have saved it. This is kind of bad news.
We'll stand
for us.
together.
At this point, let me do this. Draw another card. Ravenous Crocodile does not do anything for me right now. And then I'm just going to
There's
keep
no
cutting
prize
them.
for second place.
If we can pull off Venice. Oh god, okay, that's getting javelin. Shackle away, my dude.
The Fighter's Guild stands ever ready.
I need to not use up too much of my magicka if I'm not paying attention.
There's no prize for
That
second
should be
place.
okay. I'm really tempted to Dushnik this. Actually, I'm going to Dushnik this.
We must protect our stronghold.
Perfect. Gave it back some power, so it can at least attack. As far as our finisher goes, I don't know, Cell might help get us across the line. I've played far too many games where I've gotten Telvanni to like 2 health, and then they've won over the course of 17 turns. There's the Midnight Burial. What do we reckon? Alien Guardians or Dragons? If they have those things in their hand... Elder Scrolls Legends is a fun game. And you all should play
what to
it.
do with this.
But it is a horrible experience sometimes. Oh my god. I think I just need to establish.
None of them can be trusted. Do you hear me?
Me and my homies hate the Terminal
There's no
collection.
prize for second place.
We're gonna establish Cell. I know I'm gonna take damage from it for now. Oh, they can kill me. I hope they do. I would rather get this over with. Thank God. Okay. Well, at least that didn't go very well. Alright, we're up against Nolcum. Fight as Guildmaster on Spellsword. This is recording session number 2 for this deck. I actually like this on your hand. I decided that I didn't quite capture the deck going off as much as I'd like in the stream I did with it. So I thought I would do some more recording and see if we can't get something interesting to happen.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
The war claws earn their pay.
Fine with me if I want to mute that.
At your command.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
I will not stands ever ready.
Dagoth should be good. I imagine there'll be something in this lane next turn that is wounded. We're keeping this for Divine Fervor or High Hrothgar,
Training is
depending on what
it's
sort
time to
of
act.
Spellsword this is. And I actually think I like Seducer here. Well, yeah, no, I like Seducer here.
I will not fall. I will not fall.
For the Emperor!
Sure, that gets Strain and Breakthrough.
At your command.
You can't defeat me.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
Manticora. I think just dropping the Northlander down is fine. I don't imagine Spellsword's going to have any particularly... Yeah, perfect. Highly powered creatures.
You fight like a child.
No quarter!
And we got the card as well, which is pretty good for us. There's a Fighter's Guild here, so we're going to start going off a fair bit now. We'll do this, because it gives it the least damage. And hopefully this sticks around.
No quarter!
They may javelin this if they have it. Spellsword somewhere, sure. They get Shadow Mirror. Wow. That was a mistake.
I'll see you dead.
This only gets the buff on my turn.
Hurt you, but I will.
So if they'd swung here, I wouldn't have gotten any buff from this, but as it stands,
Taste of Lord
we can do that, and buff it up. Then we can Pyromancer over here.
Return your blow with interest.
I think Mage's trick on this makes sense to me. And Rapid Shot here, and we will hit them
I've had worse.
for a whole bunch of damage.
Worthless scaver.
Of course, this thing's not long for the world, but we've got our support set up.
Chimeric spirit of the sky.
We've got them
guide
down
us.
to a fairly
We have a choice.
moderate health total, and they've only got a couple of cards in hand, so I'm not too worried about it.
This one will never forget that.
I think Cell should be fine.
None of them can be trusted.
Again, in Spellsword, I don't imagine they're going to be able to match up to this very well. I mean, they do have a few
Soldiers, form up.
buff things going on, and yeah, I
Arcane spear.
think this is probably Conscription. Got the sense that it was.
I know you're out there.
So this will hit them for 3, and then we swing in, and that should be game.
They'll
Nice
never
and easy.
take me down. Never.
Right, we're up against Bogatir, 9,000. The Prophet. They are on a 53 card Crusader deck. I don't actually love either of these two early, so I'm going to throw them back and hope for something. Yeah, this is much more reasonable. Marauder Chieftain is way better once you have some of your synergies out on the board already. As it stands, all it's really doing is putting 2 extra damage on the board, and then, you know, that's it. So cool. I think I'm going to ring out the Guildsworn.
Fighter's Guild stands ever ready.
It was Venice Galarian, who is probably not a great choice in this deck, strangely enough, but I figured I'd chuck him in. I don't get to play with him much, and we do have rapid shots to trigger the expertise on turn 12, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think I do. That does remove the possibility of triggering Venice with a 2 cost, but
The forest will not suffer your presence.
it's fine as is, and that's a fine target to hit with this, realistically. Yeah, we'll just treasure map.
I will rend your flesh.
They do hit a prophecy. Okay, that's fine. This is definitely not an aggressive Crusader. Yeah. Very much on the defensive side. I don't feel a need to use a
My
javelin.
arrows shall
I think
fly
we'll just do
true.
that. I think that's fine. Unfortunately, we're not drawing any of our important pieces of our deck. That's a very reasonable javelin target. Of course, now we draw the Roan Archaeologist after having already wasted my treasure map, but alas. Sure. Actually, them having this in their deck is kind of good for us, assuming they have more of them.
We'll have to settle this the hard. We must
Play the Exalt on this. Yagrams. So this is dragons.
Observe.
And shouts. Obviously. Actually, no, we need to get this down, don't we?
We must protect our stronghold.
Ping that. Drop down the incendiary. We've got more Lumnia next turn. So hopefully they do play out their hand a bit. There's the Cold Dragon. That is absolutely getting eaten by more Lumnia.
I will devour your soul, mortal.
Taste my steel.
They're in my sights.
And we're just going to keep hitting them in the face.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Sure. Yeah, the Manticore looks good. Fighter's Guildworn is really what we need now, and we can properly start going off, but we're not doing too badly currently. Mirak on the Manticore.
To oblivion.
So that makes sense.
From below.
This all seems okay.
Of a major discovery.
We reclaim.
As it stands, we have 6 damage over here. That's going to be another cool dragon. They get the guard creature, obviously. Why would you not?
There's no prize for second place.
I'm gonna drop Venice down.
The guild shall keep
see what happens.
safe, if its leaders will not.
I fight with the fervor of the wild
I
hunt.
found all 3 of those in 12 turns, which is pretty impressive. We're going to Flaming Breath. That takes out a couple of their creatures and buffs up this guy. And this actually takes care of Mira as well. There's the Parthenax. Force, of course.
The day is mine.
Well, none of this is going particularly well, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Here I come.
They can trade in here and here to take off both of those. Dragon Aspects, away. Sharpshooter Scout's not bad, it takes a bit of damage off the board, but I think we are probably just dead. Found all 3 of those in the first
For Seventeenth!
12 turns as well.
For Seventeenth! For Seventeenth!
Wrong way to swing, buddy. But, you know, dragons, it doesn't matter, you win anywhere. So that's all good. Alright, we're up against Sazori, 971, the Sadist. They're on House Redoran with a card deck I've never seen before. 88 cards, regardless. I actually think I keep it that way. We'll just go for the turn 1 Ghost Gate again.
The hard way.
The one nice thing about Ravenous Crocodile is if you have a creature, especially a guard, there we go, that's going to die regardless, you can deal damage to that creature
I will not
and
fall.
have a 3/4 on turn 2.
Should have been
This can deal with the rally creature.
Warclaws earn their pay.
Sure.
My arrows shall fly true.
Early Sill again is probably only good news for us, although
I know a
if this is a very hand buff heavy deck, we may be in trouble. Because it's not unreasonable that they could get their creatures to higher power than I can get mine if we can't find our combo pieces. Edict on that is completely fine, and I think we will just get Sill down.
Can be trusted. Do you hear me?
I don't have a hand to support her at all, really. But
Soldiers, form up.
nothing else, her stats should be helpful.
I'll clear them.
Fighter's Guild Hall is really good for us. So we can actually... I played that wrong. I mean to swing with this first. I'm going to do this regardless. Because this is the play I want to make.
They'll never take me down. Never.
9. And again, they probably trade here, but if they can't match even this, that'll be another 3 damage going to the face. Oh, we got that.
Close the formation.
Right. I was confused for a second where we got this card from, but it was from my rune breaking, because this deals damage to every creature on the board. Again, I figured that's what's going to happen, but that's still not answering this. So we'll hit them for 5. Draw a card. Draw another card. It's our Seething Flesh Golem, which is pretty cool.
I'll take the bad guy.
Not sure this game's going to last long enough. It might do. They may have some fairly high static creatures in their hand that can deal with this.
Succumb to me.
Sure. We will just get our Seething Flesh Golem down. If they can't hard remove this, then that can get up to a pretty high health total, but they have the Edict. Interesting, they edicted that, and not this.
We stand united.
My bow is ready.
We're just going to do that at the moment, I think.
Behold my power.
Another volley.
I can either mage... If I mage's trick, I can't Manticora, which I think I need to do right now. And take out this guy. Got 2 damage and reach.
I'll prove my nobility to the world.
Sure.
Behold my power. The war claws earn their pay.
We will draw first. And unfortunately, we are one Magicka
Still.
off being able to do what I want. So,
We must protect our stronghold.
we'll establish a Dushnik over here. Do this. That may just be it though. Yep. Again. I clocked on to what we were doing and did it better, basically. Right, we're up against Franco 38, Mythic Dawn Cultist. They are on a Spellsword. I don't like any of these. I guess I keep the Sharpshooter. Oh, the Ghost Gate's always nice.
I will not fall.
I'm going to play this next turn, so I don't actually want to put any damage on this right now. I think I'll just
My bow is ready.
ping them with that. Perfect.
I will not
If we can get our Dagoth to hit them at least once, we'll be in a pretty good shape. I think with this, it can't deal the 1 damage to itself, so we don't mind hitting it with the with either of these. Whereas if I'd damaged this with this, the Flayer couldn't trigger on this without killing it. So that's why I didn't want to play the Crocodile. Execute is unfortunately a card that is very liable to.
I will not hold still.
So I think now I'm happy to rapid shot this. Yeah, we get an Archaeologist, which
We're on
seems
the cusp
okay.
of a major discovery.
I'm playing this almost definitely next turn, so I don't mind getting this out early. Yeah, that's fine. We will drop this. I think we can play this in the field line. They shouldn't have
Another volley.
There's no prize for second place.
charge creatures in their deck. We don't necessarily need this thing to go off more than once. One Fighter's Guild Hall usually does plenty of damage. Interesting choice. If they have a mute or something, that would still do the trick at 2 Magicka.
Die, hairless walker!
I know just what to do with this.
They're going to draw 2 cards off that. I think rather than playing the Skaven, which kills this, I think I actually... Well, let's do this first.
The Fighters Guild stands
See what we get.
ready.
Order Chieftain's good to see. And then I'm actually going to ping this so it
There's
can
no
trade
prize
here.
for second place.
Knowing that they are, well, they're running a form of support removal. again, that was probably the wrong target for an edict, unless they've got another. They've got another one. Fair enough. That will do it.
I am the shield of my clan.
I will not fall.
I'll send them all to oblivion.
We can get this up to a 3-5 next turn for whatever that's worth. Back-to-back edict is a little frustrating though. Sure. Okay.
I'll take the
That's
vanguard.
pretty
They will
good.
perish in flames. I had worse.
No one bests me!
If we can get both of these down next turn with at least these two staying on the board, we should be in pretty good shape. Third edict by turn 9. That is insane. Flaming Breath doesn't really do anything
I
right
am
now.
the shield of my clan.
I'll kill you where you stand.
We can use it as reach if we need to hit our opponent for 1 extra damage, which may become relevant. Sure, that seems like a pretty perfect Manticora target if I ever saw one. And a moose. Okay. Well, that's our new Manticora target. Ooh, Sill. Also potentially very good. I'm not going to swing. There's currently no need to. And hopefully this should throw a spanner in the works for our opponent.
Chimera, spirit of the sky, guide us!
Hit me in the face, which is interesting.
My blade is death to assassins.
Sure. If this doesn't hit a prophecy, we can actually just kill them. Yep, that will
No
do
one
it.
bests me!
Blood and fate.
Good done. We are up against Shuwax, the Director of Despair. They are on Warrior. We're an Archaeologist is fine. They're on a 67 card warrior deck. We'll get this out early,
We're on the cusp
see
of
how
a
they
major
respond.
discovery.
May well get hit with a mute or a
I will keep Sotha
suppress or
people
whatever.
alive.
Galen, okay. Sure.
There's no prize for second place.
Repel the Outlanders.
That is a big boy. Fortunately, we can just hit it with a javelin.
There's no prize for second place.
Getting two of these on the board at the same time is always nice because then they can trigger each other.
Do you not fear me, mortal? You should.
Sure. We do not want to do that.
Bleed for me.
I think I want to establish the scaling. I did that in the wrong order. Oops. So what I was supposed to do there, for anyone wondering, was hit this with the Roan Archaeologist and then play this.
It is a fine day to fight.
Really? Sure.
You will perish.
Interesting choice.
Blood and faith.
Fearless Northlander Flaming Breath seems decent. They are almost certainly dropping that soul back down. Yeah.
You should.
My claws are sharp and thirsty.
Hive Defender over here means this thing stays alive, which I'm not thrilled about.
Scum!
So I think I will actually just play it over here.
Die.
You will perish in pain.
Sure.
Do you not fear me, mortal? You should.
There's loot here,
Well, it's not
Skyward.
Singleton, so
I can smell it.
I'm shit out of ideas. We're gonna do this to draw a card and get that thing away finally.
Go get them, Skywag.
Eldora found a creature, which is to be expected. There may have been a case for playing this over in the Shadow Lane. I'm not really worried about Eldora right now. I just kind of wanted to force them back into the field lane.
Ride, my servant. I serve the house with valor.
The treasure will be ours.
Vanis Galarian was not really what I was looking for, to be honest. I was hoping for something to trigger the expertise on this so we could take this thing out, but
Here I come.
such luck. We're going to deal the 2 damage here because this thing's
Go
going to
get
die
them,
anyway.
Skywag.
Do not death before dishonor.
We have Manticora next turn for if they play anything super huge. Solitaire on Soa or Odonaran? Soa, of course.
I'll prove my nobility to the world.
Yeah, this seems fine.
Taste
And
my
I'm
steel.
gonna keep hitting them in the face. What are you unsummoning? Really?
Death before dishonor.
Wow. I mean, it allows them to clear up my board, sure, but...
Do you not fear me, mortal? You should.
Right.
The treasure will be ours.
My arrows shall fly true.
Seducer is fine. They are able to unsummon this again.
Another volley.
But as it stands, it's just a race to killing them at this point. If we find a rapid shot, Vanus will be able to help us get to lethal.
Back off, dry skin.
Sure. Nope. Sorry. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad answer to what's happening here. I like treasure map here. I'm just trying to see how much damage I can still get through to my opponent.
I am the shield of my clan.
My arrows shall fly true. Hold still.
Yeah, we're just gonna establish a bunch of stuff over here. They can, of course, unsummon this again. But they currently don't have enough damage for it to matter. Even if they can swing here, and then Eldora will turn into a 6/6, but then they still don't have enough damage. Although at 14 Magicka, it's not impossible for them to have 3 reach in hand.
The treasure will be ours.
We must protect our stronghold.
The hiss shall heal you.
Okay. That is not the top deck I was looking for. Not at all. There are a lot of things we could have drawn there that would have done it, and that is not it.
The guild shall keep Tamriel.
No one best me!
Its leader.
So that is going to be another one down, unfortunately. We're up against Alcedo Jude, Paradise is Chosen. They are on a 82 card Telvanni deck. 3/4 cost isn't my favourite opening hand in the world, but Flaming Breath also does not do much when played on turn 2. Turn 1 Ghost Gate is probably the theme of the video at this point.
I will not fall.
The Fighter's Guild stands ever ready.
Mage's Trick is not too bad to see. Okay.
I'll send them all to oblivion.
Do not see this card played very much. So this may be Swindler's Market, if they're running this. Perfect.
We must protect our stronghold.
I will not fall.
At this stage, I'm probably just going to hold on to this until maybe we can find Venice and play him on turn 12. Sure. They're going to regret that in a second. Yeah, I think this is fine.
I'll take
They're
a
in my
bad
sights.
I will not fall. I will not fall.
Don't feel I need to ring out this thing yet. Probably just looking to save it until I can find treasure map. Interesting that doesn't count as taking damage. The more you know. And another one of those guys, huh? Alright. Ooh, I was going to play the Hive Defender. But my plans have changed.
Do you hear me?
If we don't find, if it doesn't look like we're going to find Venice, I'm not opposed to using the rapid shot here. So it's not what's it called? Market. It is just a very like curse heavy. Probably Banelord somewhere in their deck, I would imagine, if they're doing all of this other stuff. Seating Flesh Golem seems fine. Whatever they play in response, we can eat with the Manticora. I don't know this thing sticking around. As much as I would have loved to have played a bunch of stuff in this lane to contest the dementia effect, no can do. Had to deal with that thing. If they have a Banelord now, well, this isn't a great lane to play a Banelord on, to be perfectly honest. We're going to get another card at the start of next turn. Oh, never mind, it was at the start of their turn.
Here I come.
Raging Hawkers.
Prepare yourself.
And I'm actually not going to hit them. I do not want them having any cards. Top deck Vanis would be amazing. Because with the ring charge we can play this, it will trigger this, it will trigger Vanis. Sure.
Let me return your blow with interest.
They can curse that. Yeah. And they've still got another curse, which is good to know. They probably should curse this. They do not. Do they have a finished off? Sure. We can kill this thing with what's in our hand. I'm not thrilled about that idea, but yeah, I think waiting for Vanis may be a bit of wishful thinking.
Here I come.
I should have frapped shot first. No, okay, I was gonna say. In case we inevitably top deck Vanis Valerian.
A taste of Lord Dagoth.
I think we actually just replace this.
I'll take the
Taste my
vanguard.
steel.
I had north to stray.
Interesting. So the Hawker died before it could get the buff. Yeah. Ravenous Crocodile is not very tempting
Your
right now.
life.
Taste my steel. Taste my steel.
Another volley.
I think it will just hang itself at this stage, and I'll get the Archaeologist down as well.
A major discovery.
So we currently have lethal on board, assuming they trade here, but of course their deck is full of minus effects. Finish off.
The
fibers of life.
Okay. Interesting, so they have an answer for this. Swift strike, right. If they don't answer that, if they don't do anything else, they're gonna take 3 damage. Yeah. That is not quite lethal.
We'll have to settle this the hard way. We must
this
hold the gate.
Yeah, I think at this stage we just need
There's
to
no
push.
prize for second place.
There are a fair number of ways that we can deal the last 1 damage to them. Just like as top decks. Sure.
Potions, sweetmeats, get your supplies here.
That's gonna be good.
By the aim, a fine battle.
We are up against Tanathor the Hungry on Telvanni, which I am a little bit sick of seeing tonight, I'll be perfectly honest. They're on a 79 card Telvanni deck. So, the weird thing with this deck is we've lost a lot of games where I felt like our deck should have beat theirs, and then we won the last game, which in theory should have been a horrible matchup for us. So,
Kashyyyk doesn't need to be followed.
who knows, really?
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
If somehow these 3 manage to get on the board at the same time, that would be pretty sweet. Against Telvanni, I don't like their chances. I actually think we play Hawker first. And then Flare next turn, and then follow up with one of these 2.
Kashyyyk doesn't
Yeah, man. Raging Hawker. Read him and weep.
What have we here?
Sweet. This is of course very liable to finish off effects, but the nice thing about it is, unlike Fearless Northlander, it gains 1 health as well, and obviously a lot of our deck is built around hitting things for 1 damage. So with the exception of Finish Off and Leaf Lurker, this can maintain its health total pretty well.
This should help you.
Sure. I think I actually just Javelin. Should have done that first in case we hit Prophecy, which we do, of course.
My arrows shall fly true.
But that's alright. If we didn't Javelin, we were losing this no matter what. Even I could have played Marauder Chieftain and that Prophecy would have pinged it, but not such luck. This is going to be Cool Fireblow? Oh.
Kashyyyk doesn't need to be followed.
I will cut your purse and your throat.
Yeah, I quite like...
I am the shield of my clan.
I rend your
they're going to get their Shadow Fiend back. At least now they've got a couple of different targets, neither of which is this guy, which is good.
The Black Hand sees all.
Do we not choose to play it though?
If I fall,
At this point I'm not really worried about the Bandaris, their deck is full of them. That's there's nothing I can really do about that now.
I will cut your purse and your throat.
Fight as Guildhall, absolutely.
I'll take the vanguard.
And I'm just gonna hit them.
I rend your flesh.
This is probably going to get hit with a Shadow Fiend, but again at least that's not going on this.
You will die.
We really just need to not die before Mulamnir gets on the board, because that should eat up a lot of their small creatures very effectively.
No move we can't anticipate.
Still holding the Shadow Fiend, which is interesting. And probably a
They
mistake.
will perish in flame.
Guys,
Because we can hit them for 14.
Rend your flesh.
And I guess pop this thing
We're
down.
on the cusp of a major discovery.
Now have Mulamnir for next turn to clean up a lot. Red Brahmin? Sure. So we can take out both of their Bandaris and Red Brahmin
I
himself.
will cut your purse and your throat.
I will devour your soul, mortal.
Oh. Okay. Good go. Right, we're up against Tenebrae 999, Dragonborn on Battlemage. They're on a 60 card Battlemage deck. I'll keep the Hive Defender. I don't want a handful of 4 costs again. Well, okay. This is kind of a 4 cost in some ways. Okay, so this is an aggressive sort of thing, which is why... Oh. How greedy am I feeling? I'm going to play this. That may come back to bite me. You can say, I told you so, if it does.
your destruction is at hand.
Sweet, that's fine. We can now lock this lane down a little bit with the guard creature.
We'll have to settle this the hard way.
50-50 of this not killing my Hawker. Sure. Sweet. It wasn't 50-50 actually, I'm just bad at math. I'll drop down the Hive Defender. Hit them for free. We do have this as an option, which will buff up this and kill this, and allow us to trade into this, which doesn't seem horrible. Seems quite good actually. Got a Javelin as an answer for anything. And then just spending time invading is great for us. That's fine, that was probably the wrong target. Because I think I'm just going to Dushnik this next time. Yeah.
We must protect our stronghold.
I had worthless scaver.
do hit a prophecy.
Enemy spotted.
That's fine. We're going to deal 2 damage to the Hawker, because you don't really care about it now. Sorry, buddy.
The sigil stone is mine.
They'll spend their time invading. We can kill this with the Javelin pretty effectively. If they swing here, it buffs it up. Blast from Redoran, of course.
Prepare for battle.
Die, the Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
There's our 7th Flesh Golem.
They're in my sights.
The supposed star of the deck. I think just pushing face is fine. This is not giving out keywords yet, so we don't have to worry about something getting drained. Having said that, that may change very soon. I think we'll be okay.
You will die at my hand, unbeliever.
So it wasn't aggro, which I assumed from this, but to be fair, why is this in your invade deck? Why is... Oh, that came from Battlemage's Onslaught. Okay. Cool. Nice and easy. We're up against Zap was up, the Defender, another Telvanni deck. They are on a 100 card Telvanni deck. How original. This is our 7th Flesh Golem. We haven't got to see anything super interesting happen with this here. We haven't gotten this on the board at the same time as a Fighters Guild Hall.
I want to be an assassin, like Nari.
Sure. Still kind of insane to me that that thing's a 1 cost.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
But Sharpshooter Scout should deal with it pretty effectively.
I will have my vengeance.
Yeah. Ooh.
My arrows shall fly
Send
true.
them all to oblivion.
I think this should be like 2.
I strike like the Moraton.
Seems perfectly
Swiftly
reasonable.
and silently.
I'll send them all to oblivion.
Hold still.
Yeah, I think this deck would definitely be well serviced to have Worldly Wanderer included. I think this is fine.
Another volley.
Just as a guarantee, you know, we have both the
Feel the power within you.
Ruin Delver, or whatever she's called, and the Khajiit.
A taste of Lord Dagoth.
But both of those require, well, the Delver requires sticking around long enough
By seed and
to
cannot
find
Telvanni.
the treasure map, and the Khajiit depends on staying alive long enough to
This, eh?
get his pilfer off. Sorry, I really struggled with my words there.
A taste of Lord
Life. Forfeit.
What do I want to do here? I could javelin this to keep everything here alive. That doesn't seem terrible, actually. I'm just gonna do that. There are, of course, still plenty of ways they could deal with what I have on the board, but removing one of them is only a good thing. Sure.
Surprise!
So close. That guy. It's a giant chicken.
The Black Hand sees all.
Fair enough. I kind of like Seeding Flesh Golem over here.
Hold still.
Again, I should have swung before I played. I know, but
Not even death can see.
sure. We're unfortunately one Magicka off our Manticora.
We'll have to settle this the hard way. We must hold the gate.
And we cannot kill that yet. Tragically. Takes care of Ungulum at least. Yeah, not being able to kill this is a problem. I can play this and draw a card, which I didn't actually think about. Morlum there, huh? I think we have to do that to minimize the amount of draining my opponent can do. But yeah, being one turn off Manticora
They won't even see my blade
is
come.
pretty annoying. And Morlum there doesn't have the stats.
The Black Hand sees all.
Kill that. He does have the stats to kill most of this stuff though. Okay. Sure. I'd transform the chicken if I were them. Nope. Oh, yeah. I mean, those are fine, but... ooh. This seems really good. Not having to worry about the drain anymore is certainly good for us. We can get a pretty beefy Morlun there.
Some thieves have manners.
We can have this thing. 'Cause I don't think they have a good way to trigger it. I mean, they'll probably have supports in their deck, but I doubt they're running Treasure Map. And I want this in case we find Vanis. Or need to boost up one of our creatures. They can go face for 15. In which case I'll probably drop them into Cora.
There is murder in the air.
The Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
For the Black Hand!
You've got to go through him first.
What are these buffed by? Oh, Cast Machinations. I see. So we can take off like this and this, and that's it. With Morlun there, which doesn't seem amazing. Like, I want to get the drain off the board. Another Mage's trick. Flaming Breath's pretty great for us here. They almost have to trade into this at this point. And the main thing there was to just try and get as much stuff on the board, and Manticora wasn't really the best card for doing it.
We know.
Now we're going to have 2 Fighters Guild Halls, which is nice, but I don't think that's good enough.
The battle is yours.
I'm not in the mood for this. I'm really not. Well, on that somewhat disappointing note, we are going to end the game, end the video there. Is this deck good? It's not good against Telvanni. So naturally we had, what, 5 games against Telvanni in the space of an hour or something there. I mean, the thing is, with like a wounded deck, you should do it in a 2 attribute deck because you're more likely to find your pieces. That's like the biggest thing holding this deck back, is just not drawing the right parts. Could possibly put like Camel or something in here to help with that. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't really get to see the Seething Flesh Golem go off much there, but didn't really get the opportunity. I think there's also a case to be made for doing this if you want to use Seething Flesh Golem, to do it in Daggerfall, so you get to keep all of your red stuff, which is really important for the wounded decks, and you get to put in a lot of the sort of regenerate stuff that comes with purple, as well as like you could do Ring of Imaginary Might for, you know, Seething Flesh Golems, or even just Seducers or Hive Defenders in case of emergencies. Yeah, I think there's a strong case to be made that not having purple is what's pulling this deck down. But I wanted to try it. I wanted to give it a go. Hopefully you found it somewhat interesting. If you did enjoy it, please do consider leaving a like or subscribe or a comment or whatever you feel like. Yeah, not super happy with how this has performed. To be honest, I will probably revisit this idea / this deck at some point. But for now, I hope you had a lovely morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever in the world you may be, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.